Hello, dear. Oh, sweetheart, don't look so shocked. Are you really that surprised to see me again? I did tell you that I wouldn't let last time be the last time we saw one another, after all. You didn't expect the next time to be finding me inside your locked apartment? Well, that's really your fault for underestimating me, isn't it? Besides, this place is barely big enough to even be considered an apartment anyways. A one-room, no window, single bed, 30-square-foot apartment. Sweetheart, you live in a walk-in closet somebody shoved a cot and a shitty set of plastic drawers into. Honestly, I have no idea where you stay here. Yes, I'm aware you don't make enough to afford anywhere else. Honestly, with you refusing to get any implants, not even a standard neural uplink, you're lucky you can afford this postage stamp apartment on a salary entirely composed of non-digital, real-world work. But that's not what I meant, and you know it. I could have gotten you out of this place years ago, put you up in a penthouse in Uptown, moved you to a cabin out in one of the nature conservation parks. Even could have gotten you a slightly less shitty place to stay here in the slums. I could have even moved you in with me. But no, you'd rather stay here, in this shithole. Barely putting together enough credits to keep up rent on your stupid little hovel, and keep the minimum payments up on your debts. Oh, right, I forgot. At least you're doing it all on your own. At least you have your freedom. Wires and circuits. You sound like such a self-righteous prick. Are you going to give me another big speech about how you're not going to buckle under the pressure the corpos put on you poor little slum rats? Are you going to go on and on about rebelling, one day at a time, by surviving? Do you really believe in that scrap shit, sweetheart? You are starving. You barely have enough money to afford those tasteless, awful tubes of nutrient paste that stop you from collapsing from malnutrition. You're suffering under a mountain of debt so huge that taking it on would probably bankrupt one of my smaller subsidiaries. You live in an apartment smaller than most public bathroom stalls. You are working yourself down to the bone every day and every night for a pittance, a scrap of what your effort and time are worth. And you take some kind of sick pride in that? You used to have dreams, sweetheart. Hell, I see those ancient posters of your walls and holo books scattered across your floor. You clearly still do. Yet you claim you're content with this disappointing lot you've ended up with. You're really content with the shithole your life is? Really? When you know all it would take is a single phone call, a single word to me, and you could have literally everything you've ever wanted? That every dream you've ever had could be within your reach? Or, even without my help, that you could have even a slightly better life by not being a stubborn prick? Getting a Neuralink and finally loading into the virtual sphere? Right. You don't want any help from a filthy corpo. Especially the head of one of the biggest and most important megacorps in the world. No, letting someone like that help you would be worse than dying, wouldn't it? And of course, the Neuralinks are all going to kill or control all of those who disobey or rebel against the corpse. It's not like we've had them for generations without any problems or anything. I swear, your damn pride and principles are going to get you killed one of these days, sweetheart. Oh? No, that wasn't a threat, honey. You'll know when I'm threatening you. For instance, this is me threatening you. Sounds like you've got mail, sweetheart. Maybe you should check your wrist computer. See what someone sent you. It might be important. Oh, someone just bought the rights to all of your debt? The millions of credit debt your deadbeat parents saddled you with when they died? And they're demanding payment all at once? Well, there's absolutely no way you could possibly afford to pay all of that. Not even if you sold everything you own could you pay back all of that. And that means that, per all those fancy little debt collection laws that our perfect little government passed so many years ago, that they can just about take anything from you until it gets paid back in full. Anything you wouldn't know because you've avoided the digital sphere up until now. But debt slaves mining data, processing information, or working as entertainment to pay off their debts is not uncommon. They're generally stuck in a locked cell smaller than your apartment, permanently jacked into the virtual sphere until their debts are paid off. Or, more likely, until they die, considering the average debt of the people who ended up as debt slaves. After a certain point, being jacked into the sphere that long, your mind always working even as your body sleeps, it just wears you down until one day you just stop functioning. Stop having any brain activity at all. The body breathes, the heart beats, but no one is home anymore. So sad, really. Oh, trust me, darling. They will make you jack into the sphere. You've always been right about one thing. Megacorps and the people who run them are greedy, selfish bastards. I've never denied that fact about me or my brethren. This company could easily force you to get the neutral implant, add the trumped-up cost to your debt, and then jack your mind into the virtual sphere against your will. They wouldn't even bat an eye, I imagine. Why am I so confident that's what will happen? Well, because it's standard business practice, sweetheart. Even just this, it's the easiest and cheapest way to get an endless stream of unpaid, constantly on-the-clock workers. Also because it was one of my subsidiaries that bought your debt. Oh, don't give me that. Are you really surprised, darling? I show up in your apartment out of nowhere, and you suddenly have a corporation buy out your entire debt and demand payment they know you can't give? What are the odds? You knew it was me, but some part of you was hoping I was better than that. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet, honey. And I can understand why. I was always very sweet and kind to you when we were dating. But that was when you were giving me what I wanted, sweetie. When we were still dating, when we were still in love. But we're not dating anymore. What do I want? Maybe I just want to punish you for breaking my heart by sending you to work yourself to death in a virtual mine somewhere. Ever think of that? You're right, not my style. See? You still know me so well. But no, that isn't what I'm doing here. For you, I'm willing to be lenient about how I collect what you owe me. Very, very, very lenient. I'll forgive your debt. All of it. Every last credit. So long as you do just 2 very easy, very small tasks for me. I'm so glad you asked. First, I want what you offered me the day before you dumped me. I said yes. I accepted it. I wanted it. And you had the audacity to withhold it from me. I want it, and you'll give it to me. And second? Well, for my second condition, all you'll need to do is sign a little document. Just a little small contract. We'll get to that in a second, though, sweetie. For now, I want you to go get what you owe me. I know it should still be in that beaten-up old plastic set of drawers by your bed. Now. Good. Good. Its box is just as humble, but also just as beautiful as I remember. With its soft faux black velvet and brass ring hinges. Open it, sweetheart, and let me see my prize. You know, I'll always be mesmerized by how gorgeous it is. The stones might be not the most valuable in the world, and its setting is silver and not gold or platinum. But whoever made this ring really knew what they were doing. This was originally your great-great-grandmother's engagement ring, right? And then your great-grandmother's. And then your grandmother's. Then your mom's. And now, it's mine. Yes, it is mine. It and all of the implications and responsibilities that come with it. Unless you want to go to the data mine and work until your pretty little mind gives out from your strain. Yeah, that's what I thought. Honestly, I don't know why the idea upsets you so much. It's not like you don't still love me, sweetheart. We both know you didn't end it over a lack of feelings. If that had been the reason, you wouldn't still keep that picture of me and you sitting at our favorite cafe as the background on your wrist computer. You would have had another girl by now. At least one in the last, 2 years? But you still keep that picture as your background. And you haven't even tried to find anyone after me. Actually, I'll take it back. I know exactly what about the idea upsets you. I just don't understand why your stupid reason would upset anyone as much as it does you. I remember it like it was just yesterday. I had come to visit you, like I tried to do, at least twice a week back then. Still disguised as just another slum rat. I remember how nervous and excited you looked when you told me you had an important question to ask me, and how surprised I was when you got down on one knee. I had honestly never expected you to propose, but then again, I never thought I'd fall for a man from the slums on those days I enjoyed walking around incognito either. I wanted to say yes right then and there, and I almost did. I almost just took that ring right then and there. Damn the consequences. But I loved you. I really, truly loved you. I still do. And I didn't want to start our forever with any lies between us, because up to that point, you still didn't know who I was. You thought I was a poor girl from the slums, same as you, just barely scraping by. And I'd done a damn good job of hiding the truth from you. I remember I even got a minimum wage job just so you'd have a place to run into me at work to sell the disguise. But if we were going to get married, you needed to know. Not just that I had lied about who I really was, but that besides my name and my occupation, nothing else was a lie. That the woman you fell for was real. That my love for you was real. I came by the next day and told you that yes, I would marry you, but that you needed to know something about me first. I'd expect that you'd be frustrated and upset. I expected some screaming, some crying. Maybe you would break down in my arms before you finally settled down and let me explain, before you'd finally come around. I'll never understand why you snatched back your ring so swiftly. Why the idea of that woman you loved? That you had loved so much. You wanted her to have the most valuable and sentimental heirloom that your family had left. Was richer than you'd first thought. So awful that you had to immediately cut all ties with her. It's not like you asked me to have time to process things, or said you needed to retract your proposal and just continue dating me for a while until you felt comfortable with the idea of marriage again. I would have understood either of those, accepted either of those reactions. But you didn't do any of that. You weren't reasonable in the way you reacted to me. You snatched the ring back like I was evil incarnate and screamed at me to get the hell out of your apartment. Wires and circuits, love. I thought you might actually hurt me. The way you were screaming and glaring at me. Oh, out of everything I've said, every blatant and thinly veiled accusation I've thrown at you, and I finally found something that makes you protest? Tell me, sweetie, what did I get wrong there? Oh, you wouldn't have hurt me, huh? No matter how angry I made you? Thank you, sweetheart. I know it must be hard for you to prove my suppositions about your love for me correct by admitting that. That you care about me too much to hurt me. I appreciate the honesty and effort that took. Yes, I really did mean that I wanted you to give me the ring and everything that comes with it. When I said I wanted what you offered me that day, I wasn't just talking about the ring. You offered me a lifetime with you, and I said yes. The fact that you then kept yourself from me for 2 years is vexing, to say the least. But I'm generously willing to forgive all of that so long as you keep your word now. So long as you marry me. And I'll let it all be water under the bridge. Mostly. Though, you'll likely be paying for that little stunt in our bed for a long, long time, sweetheart. Oh, look at you blush. And you tried to pretend that you weren't pining for me so hard your whole chest hurt with the strain of my absence these last 2 years. But you were, weren't you? Your stupid pride made you hate yourself for it. But you've been feeling empty inside since you kicked me out, haven't you? Like someone opened up a hole in your chest and you were walking around hollow and aching. Yeah, I thought so. I don't even care if you look so grudging and ashamed when you admit it, love. So long as you do. So long as you can't help but admit your affection. That's all I need. We can fix everything else with time. So long as you can't deny your feelings for me. I'm content to have patience with you on a great many things. Not everything, though, sweetie. We've put off the second part of paying your debts to me for long enough. Here, I sent you the document. Sign it and your debts will be forgiven. And then we can get out of this shithole and get you moved into my penthouse suite. Well, yes, I suppose you can read it first if you must. I just don't see why it matters. You don't exactly have anything you can use to negotiate terms. So unless you want to directly enter into my care as an indentured servant, you really don't have any option other than to sign it. You just want to know what you're getting into, huh? Fair enough, I suppose. But be quick about it, will you? I've waited for our wedding long enough. And every minute we waste is one we could have spent planning the ceremony. Yes, we will be getting married as soon as possible. I'm not waiting longer than a week, at the latest. Now read your contract so we can go. Is every clause really necessary? You bet your cute little butt they are. I picked out every single aspect of this to counter or account for every problem you're going to have adjusting to this. To our marriage and everything that will be changing in your life. It's not just written to punish you if you act like a brat, or restrict you from putting us in another situation like the one you caused 2 years ago. It's also designed to help you adjust to these changes and to help you be the happiest you can be. Go ahead. I can see it in your eyes. You've got questions about some of these. Ask away. How did I know you'd start with that one? Yes, sweetie, you're getting a neural uplink installed. It will be the least invasive, least advanced, and safest model on the market. It doesn't even have to connect to the internet wirelessly. It can have an extendable ether cable or a port, a tracker, an identification beacon, and nothing else. But you will absolutely be getting one. Mainly because it's the easiest and most reliable way to track and identify you. I love you, sweetheart. But I don't trust you not to try and run away. At least at first, before you've settled in and realized that this is what's best for you. Why the Ethernet hookup? Because if you have the hardware, you might as well finally play all those games I know you've always wanted to try, but were too scared to get the neural uplink for. Plus, there's some kinds of fun we can have in the sphere, sweetheart. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing you blush, sweetie. Do you have anything else to ask about? A few? Okay, let's hear them. We've got time for a few more. Yes, I'm not surprised you were curious about that one. That clause signs away your right to ever find gainful employment for anyone but me or my company ever again. Once you sign this, your name will literally get flagged as blacklisted on any job application anywhere in the world. Cops might actually show up if you try to go for an interview. I feel like the purpose of this one is pretty obvious, but I'll spell it out for you anyways. You work far too hard. And I have zero confidence that you won't try to carry your own weight in our relationship by working a job that will pull you in a paycheck that is less than a grain of sand on the desert that is my fortune. I don't want to lose precious time I could be spending with you just because of your guilt and whatever weird complex you have about money. From now on, you will spend your time with me, or working on your passions and dreams. No more back-breaking, soul-crushing work for assholes that don't care about you. You'll spend your days actually enjoying yourself, and you will learn to actually relax and indulge in the things that you actually want to do instead of what you need to do. Do you understand? Well, I wasn't expecting a quiet little thank you for that, but you're welcome, sweetheart. Do you see now that I'm just looking out for you? I'm not doing this out of cruelty, darling. I'm doing all of this because I care about you and I want you to be happy. And because, for whatever reason, you seem incapable of making yourself happy on your own. I'll happily take charge of that for you. Even if I have to fight tooth and nail against your stubborn pride to do it. Any more questions, sweetness? Oh, honey, you're blushing even harder now. And you're stuttering. Just one more question. You must have found a very interesting clause. Which one was it? Oh, that is a good one. Yes. It's pretty much all in there in black and white for that clause, sweetheart. Very cut and dry. Within the first 5 years of our marriage, I want to have at least 2 kids. I'd love more, of course. But 2 will do, for the first 5 years at least. Is that going to be a problem for you, sweetheart? You always talked about wanting a family, wanting kids. Has that changed? No? Then, are you nervous about actually making at least 2 children with me, sweetheart? Oh, darling, you're much, much too easy to tease. I forgot how much I missed that. Now, are you done with your questions, sweetheart? Yeah? Then sign it, and we can finally go home. There we go, sweetie. Finally, you're all mine. Just as you should have been 2 years ago. Come here. Goodness, I forgot how much I've missed every little thing about you. But that's all over now. I'll never have to miss you ever again, my soon-to-be husband. Now come along. We're getting out of this shithole of an apartment. And we aren't ever coming back.